You stopped at a place where there was so much crowd as people were gathered in a circle. You made your way towards them. What is happening here? You tried to get through the crowd to see what happened. Someone called the ambulance fast. He is not breathing, quick. You somehow managed to came at sight and looked at a man who was laying on the road as blood was dripping down from his head. People were whispering, some trying to call the ambulance. You quickly walked near him. Let me check. Who are you? Are you a doctor? The man gave you a confused look. You were worried about the guy who was injured and didn't pay attention to his question. Did you call the ambulance? We did, but who are you? I'm a medical student. You checked his pulse and it was so low. Is he dead? He asked curiously while you shot him a glance. He was losing so much blood, so you quickly took out a handkerchief from your pocket and wrapped it around his head. He needs emergency CPR. You didn't waste it a second and gave him CPR until his pulse got normal. Right then the ambulance came and soon they transferred him inside it. Oh God, please save that young man. Someone among the crowd spoke as you watched the ambulance disappearing. Your phone rang. Yes, Dad. Okay, I'm coming. Jungkook opened his eyes and found Jin standing beside his bed. Are you alright? He asked immediately after he saw Jungkook waking up. What actually happened and what were you doing here in the city? Jungkook didn't spoke anything while Jin came near him. Why didn't you inform any of us about it? How I came here? He spoke ignoring every question Jin asked him. Someone called the ambulance, but how did you got into that accident? That too in the middle of the road? A truck hit my car. You know that it's not safe for you to come out of the castle on full moon night. Jungkook looked at him. But where is that girl? Jin looked him confused. Girl? Yes, who was she? Doctor came inside and by looking at her face, anyone can say that she's looking a bit uncomfortable and terrified because right now the entire hospital was secured by the guards, standing in their positions wearing black suits and glasses. She handed report files in Jin's hands. Luckily you received the treatment on time and now everything is alright. If you hadn't received the CPR on time, it would be so hard for you to make it till here. All thanks to that girl. Jungkook's attention went on her and so as Jin. Now he was also curious to know about that girl. Do you know her? Where is she? I don't know. It's just everyone is talking about her. Jin was not liking all this, so he directly came to the point. When can we take him? He had undergone through a surgery. It will still take him a week to recover under the care of doctors and after that you can take him. Prepare the discharge papers. She looked him confused. But he's not ready. The hospital will not allow to leave from here before recovery. He will recover in home. She wanted to say something but got scared when Jin shot her a cold glance. Oh, okay, she immediately left. I want you to find out that girl at any condition. Can I ask you why do you want to know about that girl? Jungkook shot him a glance after which Jin didn't say anything. Jungkook's eyes landed on the handkerchief on the side table. He picked it up and looked through it. There were two mini hearts embroidered with red woolen thread and name mark. This was wrapped around your head. I think this is also belongs to that girl. Find her as soon as possible. It's your task. What's the rush, Dad? Let me also complete my internship. Once I become a certified doctor, I'll get married. You know your mother doesn't have much time left and before she closes her eyes, she wants you see you getting married. You know how much she likes Mark. She chose him for you. I know that, but he's a surgeon. Let us even come on the same status. He grabbed your hand gently before looking at you. He's a nice guy. He didn't even hesitate for once to agree for the marriage. He has been helping you all this way and in future also. You both love each other, then what's the problem? What are you afraid of, Ian? At least think about your mother. It's her last wish. You sighed. It's not like I don't want to get married. It's just I'm not feeling like it's the right time. Mark is also focusing on his career at this moment, and it's just I don't know. He patted your head. You just gets worried about small things. Just relax your mind and everything will be alright. You hugged your dad and nodded. What? I think he was someone from a very rich status. I mean, the entire hospital was surrounded by bodyguards and he was taken away from here right after the surgery. Really? What happened to him? You asked casually while filling the reports of patients. He got into an accident and was in a serious condition. Fortunately, he got CPR by a girl. I don't know rest of the case, but everyone was talking about her only. You stopped writing and looked at her. At what time that patient came? She looked at you, little puzzled. Around 7, sometime after you left, an ambulance came. I'm the one who gave him CPR. She came near your desk and looked at you with wide eyes. What? You are that girl everyone is talking about? You nodded. I was on my way when I saw that guy. He was severely injured, but wait, did you found any handkerchief with him? Lily's your friend and she's an intern also. She was helping the doctor who was specially assigned for Jungkook's surgery, and right now she was telling you her experience of that surgery. Handkerchief? You nodded. I made that one for Mark but wrapped around that guy's head because I had no option that time. She started to think about it and then looked at you. Yes, I saw that and I think it's in the room where he moved into. Really? Then can you please bring it for me? She nodded and then looked at you. But if we deeply think about it, it's like a fairy tale. You gave her a confused look. Now what is that? You saved a guy who looked like a prince. If we put aside all the medical terms, you kissed him to bring back to life. Stop with your weird stories. No, it can be possible. What if he's really a prince or something like that and now we'll try to find you? You shook your head. You got a text from Mark as you quickly opened it. I'll see you after lunch. Try to get that handkerchief before any other patient moved there. You said going out from the room, leaving her in her fantasy world. How was the surgery? Mark nodded while taking a sip of his tea. It was good, and I'm really exhausted. You should take a good sleep. You've been inside the emergency room for 8 hours. He nodded. How's your mom now? You sighed before speaking. Better. He felt the sadness and pain in your voice. I'll come to visit her tonight. You looked at him. It's okay, you can come some other day. You need rest. I can only rest after visiting her. A weak smile appeared on your face as you nodded. You and Mark are childhood friends and also love each other. He was your senior in school days and graduated before you. An year ago, he became a certified surgeon after completing his residency. Meanwhile, you are still an intern in the same hospital as he works in. Your mom likes him so much and she wants you both to get married because according to her, he's the most perfect guy for you. She was diagnosed with cancer and now she does not have much time left, and before leaving this world, it's her only wish to see you getting married. You are a bit concerned because Mark's career has just started and right now he is among the top surgeons in the country and you want to give him time so that he can solely focus on his career without feeling pressured. Deep down you know he's not ready for marriage yet, but because he respects your parents, especially your mom, that's why he couldn't deny, but you know that it's bothersome to him. As you wish. I have to go now. I need to check on patient. Nodded while he gave a peek on your forehead and walked away. You exhaled heavily and drank your tea while looking down from the building. After leaving from hospital, you were dialing Mark's number on your way to bus stop, but he was not answering. Is he already home? I need to hurry or else mom will get mad. You carried your bag on the other shoulder and started walking towards the bus stop, but a black car stopped you by stopping right in front of you. You got slightly afraid and again started to walk, but right then the door opened and a man in black suit came out of it. Meanwhile, you stopped and turned at him. Yes, but who are you? You looked at the car because you were not feeling something right. Finally, I found you. Excuse me? The strange statement of him made you a bit scared. I've been searching for you from quite few days and now you finally showed up. You frowned your brows. Why were you searching for me? Who are you? He reached to the pocket of his coat and took out a handkerchief. Is this yours? You recognized your handkerchief. It's mine, but where did you got this? He chuckled. I thought you were smart, but I guess I expected too much. Suddenly you realized something. Are you perhaps related to that man I helped? He raised his brow in amazement. Good memory. Yes, and because of your this kind act, our king wants to thank you. He has invited you for the dinner. That guy is a king? An actual king? You asked being surprised. Meanwhile he nodded, and he wants to pay your kindness back. No, it's okay. Tell him that I am happy to help him and also this is my work. I did nothing. I can't go with you. He again chuckled and looked at you. I'm not asking for your permission, young lady. Before you could understand anything, you felt everything got blank in front of your eyes. You squeezed your eyes before opening them as you felt a sharp pain in your head, but it vanished in a minute. You opened your eyes and found yourself in a completely different place, or you can say a place you never thought existed. It was a real castle that you have never seen before. In fact, you thought it's a dream. You stood up and looked around. What is this place? You were so shocked that a place like this actually exists in this city. You've never heard of royals, and it was horrible because there was no one except you and it was dark, only few rays of sunlight making the interior visible. Suddenly you heard footsteps as you narrowed your eyes slightly to focus on the figure coming out from the dark. Your face straightened up and formed a surprised expression. He was no other than the guy you helped him. What surprised you most is that he looked all fine as if nothing happened, no bandages and wound, which is impossible for any human being to recover this fast. His eyes were dark, but he ain't angry because his lips were curled up in a smirk. His looks were unrealistic and manipulative. He came near you and his dark brown eyes has power to possess anyone. That's what you thought when you looked in his eyes because they were so mesmerizing. Welcome to my world. His deep voice sent shiver down your body and you started to feel scared. Who are you? He chuckled. What's the rush? You are my guest, my savior. Allow me to show you my gratitude. You don't need to do anything. That's my work and I did what I should. That's what you think, but you don't know what you actually did. You have saved my life and now in return I'm going to protect you for the rest of your life. You frowned in confusion. What are you talking? I don't need anything. He looked at you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You're going to stay here in this palace with me for the rest of your life, away from the world. You gulped as your heart started to beat. I don't know what's wrong with you, but let me tell you, I have my own life. I have my people to look for. Whoever you are, you can't force me. If you really want to do something for me, please stay away from me and my life. The way his eyebrows joined together, you understood he didn't like your selection of words. He came near you. Even if you go back to your world, you won't be able to stay happy there because now you only belongs to this place. Are you threatening me? Don't you dare to touch any of my family member. His expressions didn't change as he was looking straight in your eyes. Only if you agree to stay here, your family will be safe. In fact, your mother, she can be all fine as before. How do you know about my mother? Who are you? I know everything, but you don't need to know anything. You try to stay calm and not show your fear on your face. Then you must also know that I'm getting married soon, so stop all this and let me go. He started to walk closer to you, meanwhile, you started taking steps backward. Now, he won't marry you. In fact, no one will. It's better if you accept it because that's what the truth is. What exactly do you want? You. You started to feel your body getting numb. Is that how you pay back kindness? I save your life, and is this what you'll do to me in return? He didn't seem to get affected by your words, but he stopped on his place and leaned a bit closer to you. Alright, I'll give you a chance, and if I felt like if you needs to come back to this place, I'll come to you. Leave my hands. Few guards shoved you inside the black car, and no matter how hard you try to see what place is this so you can get an idea where it is and complain to the police, but the black windows were making it impossible. You finally came back to your normal life, and as Jungkook said, you noticed changes in behavior of people around you, but not that much. You still was curious about that place. You wanted to find out exactly what was it and if it was a dream or that actually happened with you. Things started to get peaceful slowly and you got busy in the preparations of your wedding. You were not really happy, but the smile and hope on your parents' face was telling you not to give up. Only 2 days left for your wedding, and still Mark didn't seem much excited. In fact, now most of the time he was spending at his work, and you're the only one preparing everything. You understand that he's busy and he needs to focus on his career when it's blooming. Right now, you are at Mark's house as he called you out of the blue. What happened, Mark? Why did you call me here? Your heart was beating so fast as if something was wrong about to happen. Mark was behaving strangely from some time. He's right now sitting in front of you and was looking worried. Is everything okay with you? He looked at you. Ryan, I'm so sorry for this. He paused, making you more scared than you already were. What are you apologizing for? Please tell me what is bothering you. He didn't able to make eye contact with you. Ryan, I'm not ready for this marriage. In fact, I don't want to do this marriage. Your world flipped in a second. What are you saying, Mark? Our wedding is in 2 days. How can you step back at the last moment? I don't know. I wanted to tell you this from so long, but I didn't want it to break your heart. But I can't do this anymore. Then why did you even say yes to the marriage? How can you just change your mind at the last minute? Everyone got to know about it. This is worse than a heartbreak. I'm sorry, Ryan. I know I'm not doing right, but I can't marry you. Your eyes were filled with tears and anger at the same time. What will I say to my mom? You know her condition. Then also, I'll apologize to her too. I'll explain her everything. But why exactly you are doing this? What is the reason? You looked at him with teary eyes. Meanwhile, he gave you a helpless look as if he can't do anything. Because I don't have feelings for you. Your heart clenched. You didn't able to find the courage to stand there anymore. You grabbed your purse and left from there wiping your tears. You came on the rooftop. Tears made your vision blurry while drinking from the bottle of soju you were holding in your hand. All the pain buried inside you, or you can say you've been hiding from everyone all this time, is now bursting out in the form of tears. You love your mother so much and you do everything to make her happy. It was a happy family you were born in. Your mother always dreamed of you to become a doctor who would save lives, but when one day you'll all come to know about her illness, everything changed. It's too late that it can't be cured, and now she doesn't have much time left. You agreed to marry Mark just because of her happiness, and somewhere you also know that Mark is not happy. He was never excited for the marriage and it happened. The thing you were afraid of really happened. Now you were so afraid to face your parents. Drinking is not good for health if you know. You flinched slightly at the sudden voice and looked beside you only to see Jungkook sitting. He smiled at you. Hi. A shiver ran down through your spine. What are you doing here? I had told you that whenever I feel like you need to go back to that place, I'll come to you, and right now I think you need a shoulder to cry on after heartbreak. You gave him a suspicious yet surprised look at the same time. How do you know that? His stomach grew wider. I know everything, more than you can even think of it. Are you somehow related to this? Are you doing all this? He again smiled, but not an adoring one. I'm related to everything, every small thing in this world. You again looked in his eyes, and that's when you realized Mark has the same eye color as him since you came back from that castle. His behavior changed suddenly, which was strange. Who exactly you are, and why are you after me? I just want to make you mine forever. You got my heart the moment you pressed your lips against mine, and you broke that curse from me forever. Now I'm back alive just because of you. What are you talking about? He started to come closer to you, and you found yourself losing control over yourself as if he's possessing you. From years, I was punished brutally with that curse. I was experiencing human death every full moon night, and it was a torture. Can only be removed when an actual human will bring me back to the life, and that human was you. You brought me back to life, and now you are mine. I am the one whom you belongs to. You snapped back in reality and saw Jungkook looking at you, and now we know that you didn't hurt anything because you were hypnotized by him. You saw his eyes glowed up for a second and your heart dropped. You got scared as hell, but there was no way you can run from there. You pretend like you didn't notice it. Where do you want to take me? He smirked, and once again everything went blank in front of your eyes.